Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're filming New Makeup Monday. So if you guys like to chat about all the new releases that have been announced and we've seen sneak peeks, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I usually post about 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes more, sometimes a little less. Last week was wild. I had like 3 videos go up on Monday, so if you missed any of them, definitely check those out. And yeah, if you just like new makeup, this is the place for you. Highly recommend subscribing, turning on the bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so speaking of last week, I actually combined 2 of the palettes that I posted videos about last week. So I figured, let me tell you really quick what they are. So I'm wearing the Rogue palette from Fenty Cosmetica, and this one launched, I think, on March 1st. And it actually sold out, and they do have a pre-order open for this now. So I'm actually wearing the shimmer shade on my eyes. It's called, oh my gosh, it's so hard to see, Sleight of the Hand, and then Trickster in the inner corner. I really wanted to play with the metallics in this palette some more, and I thought it would pair so well with the matte palette from Huda Beauty. So this is her cool tone palette, and I really liked this matte purple shade in this palette. So I wanted to use that on the outer corner. I used this shade on the crease as well as some of these lighter shades. So I had a lot of fun combining these 2 palettes. They work really well with each other, and I will go ahead and link them down below for you guys if you're interested. But I was so happy for Fenty Cosmetica. I think they had said on their Instagram that this was like their best-selling launch, and they had to do a pre-order. And yeah, I think some of you guys are still picking this palette up. So I just wanted to mention that that was the combo that I used to create this makeup look from Too Faced. This is their new Italian Spritz eyeshadow palette. And this palette is retailing for $54, full of fresh matte metallic shimmers and special effect finishes. Smells like a summer spritz. So this palette looks so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I just got notification that my friend Heather posted a 2 looks video with this palette. That is so funny. So I was really curious about this palette. I love the packaging. It definitely looks very promising for Too Faced. And every once in a while I'll buy a Too Faced palette because I don't know, they're not a brand I talk about very much on my channel, and not a lot of it catches my eye. So I always tend to kind of not buy their stuff, but every once in a while they'll do a tin pan palette, and I had such good luck with one of their like cinnamon palettes from like a couple of years ago. So every once in a while they definitely like catch my attention, and this one definitely did pique my interest because I did skip the holiday palette, which they did similar like layout, but they did like cardboard packaging. And so I'm like, no, I like the tin packaging. Like, I need you to keep it uniformed. The packaging aside, the color story looks very interesting, and it did launch on Ulta today, so I'll link it down below. I was looking to see if I could pick it up in store because I figured like that would be, you know, better if I could just go buy it in store. But I called my store. I honestly think they probably have it, but the girl I spoke to said they didn't have it, which I think she was probably wrong. But I felt like that was a sign that I didn't need to buy this, because by the time like I order it and it comes in, like there's gonna be like 5 other videos, and I'm okay. I'm okay. I have so much makeup to play with. And before I thought like I was gonna be able to get my hands on this palette, I had kind of thought about playing with these 2 palettes, which I'm glad I did because it's so fun to do that. A lot of the times I don't end up mixing palettes. And so yeah, I was like, oh, it'll be fun to combine these 2. And I also put like a lot of pressure on myself to film every time I do a makeup look, especially if it's like something newer. But yeah, it was just fun to sit and play with new makeup. And yeah, all of that to say, I really wanted to pick this up today, but since they said it wasn't available in my store, I don't have it, and I think that I'll be able to skip it. I think that unless I see people like raving about this and saying like, I need this palette, I think I'll be able to skip it. The color story is definitely neutral leaning, but there is like a lighter kind of pastel blue shade. There's a pink, there's a darker blue called Lake and Bake, and that shade Capri Fun looks very pretty. It's like a mustardy orange shade, so definitely things that are very, very eye-catching, and definitely the palette itself, the packaging is very eye-catching, but it doesn't mean I need it. And also I just realized that I forgot to slide on over to the side so I can put up better pictures for you guys. So let me go ahead and do that before I talk about the next product. Okay, so the next item I see on Trend Mood is the Stila Calligraphy Lip Stain for $25. This is a soft coat lip in sheer, lightweight, and buildable pops of color. Blade-like calligraphy style tip can be used on point of definition or on edge for full coverage. 8-hour wear, vegan, transfer-proof, smudge-proof, buildable formula, doesn't feather or bleed in 8 colors. So these look interesting. I am still trying really hard not to buy lip products. I mean, every once in a while I will like sneak one in there, but these shades are really not appealing to me, so I think I can pass on it. There are some very fun pops of color, very like spring summer looking lip shades. I like the idea of a calligraphy tip because it almost looks like it's a multi-use product where you can use it to line your lips and then fill them in, which is really handy. But overall, I think I can also pass on those. And then we have from Nars. I didn't really see this one coming. This is their additions to the Laguna collection, and I think I saw these on Sephora as well. Now, Laguna is like one of their best-selling bronzer shades. It's a little too light for me. I definitely prefer Casino, but they have that tinted Afterglow lip balm, and then they added 2 quad eyeshadow palettes, I guess. There's Laguna and Laguna Sunset for $49. I don't know if these could be also used on the face, but they're very, very, I don't want to say boring, but they definitely look very uninteresting to me. I used to have some Nars duos. Like when I first kind of started shopping at Sephora, Nars was like the first like brand other than Urban Decay that I was like really interested in. And I had like one of their duos that I wore all the time, and I just like love those 2 colors together because it was like a dark shade and a like a neutral bronzy shade. But I feel like I've come so far since then, and so this is an easy pass for me. But listen, you know, everybody has different tastes, and I try really hard not to forget where I came from, and where I came from was wearing very neutral eyeshadows and not having like hundreds of eyeshadow palettes, which is where I'm at this point in my life. But you have to start somewhere, so there's a place for all kinds of makeup in this world. I do believe that. Okay, next we have from Kiko Milano. They have a Green Me collection. So I'm guessing this is kind of appealing to like the eco-friendly warriors of the world. And the packaging looks amazing. Like it has like a very bamboo vibe. So there's a backpack, a bamboo soap dish, face scrub bar, body shower bar, gentle cleansing bar. We have bronzer and blush, eye duos, eyeliners, a bunch of stuff. Very, very typical Kiko style. It doesn't say where it's available or anything like that, but it looks like maybe it's in Europe. So nothing that I'm like super duper interested in for sure, but I just wanted to mention that it's a new collection from Kiko. Then we have from IT Cosmetics, they're launching a new Bye Bye Dark Spots Concealer. It does say this is available now. I know they're like Bye Bye, Under Eye, all that stuff is like very famous. So I'm sure there's people that are really interested in this. So it says provides instant medium coverage and 24 hours of hydration, visibly improves the look of bare skin over time, developed with dermatologists and plastic surgeons, fades the look of dark spots, fine lines, dark circles, under eyes, and uneven skin textures with trio of 2% niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and caffeine. Has a lightweight creamy texture, buildable medium coverage with a natural finish, can be used all over or as a brightening spot concealer, has a doe foot applicator and a kabuki brush on the other side for blending, $30 in 18 shades. It kind of looks like that quickie concealer that Urban Decay just came out with. I can't remember if It Cosmetics and Urban Decay are now both owned by Estee Lauder, because I'm pretty sure I remember It Cosmetics was also sold at some point. But overall, It Cosmetics has never really been like my brand. I remember when their foundation was like so hyped. I tried to make it work, but I never felt like I found a shade, and there's not any like products from them that I've ever been like super loyal to. So this one is also an easy skip for me. Now, this collection from Catrice definitely had me doing a double take. So this is their Disney collection. They have a collab with The Jungle Book and The Lion King. So The Lion King is like my husband's favorite Disney movie. It might be one of his favorite movies just like of all time. So anytime I see this, I'm just like, oh, that's so cute. And you know, it just like tugs at my heartstrings a little bit. But I've heard nothing but bad about Catrice makeup, so I probably don't see myself picking this up unless I can get it at Ulta at like a super cheap price. You know what I'm saying? Okay, next we have, I don't usually talk about fragrances, but this fragrance is so pricey that I felt like I wanted to talk about it. So Killian is launching a new fragrance called Blue Moon Ginger Dash, inspired by Killian Hennessy's summer cocktail, the cult beachside party drink from the 90s, Blue Lagoon, a mix of lemon, vodka, and blue caracal liquor, $230 for 50 ml. I want to say I've never purchased such an expensive fragrance, but I actually have one from LV that my husband bought me as an anniversary gift a while ago, and those fragrances are very similar to this price. So, you know, I guess I can't say that I've never spent that much money on fragrance, because I have, but $230. I would love to smell this because it says lemon and ginger, and lemon is like one of my favorite things, like fresh, clean lemon fragrance. So I would love to smell this. I might invest in a travel size if it comes to Sephora, but I wouldn't buy the full size without smelling this, because that price point is absolute insanity. Also, I feel like I don't use fragrances enough to justify purchasing a full size, but this is like the first thing from Killian that has caught my attention. I know a lot of people love the one called like Love Don't Be Shy, and I've smelled that at my Sephora, and I just feel like it's too sweet for me. So I'm very curious about this lemon ginger like Blue Lagoon concept. So yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe I'll be able to smell that in store and let you guys know my thoughts fully once that happens. So we have this new brand, I think, called No by Vanessa Hudgens. Looks like more of a rebranding. What Trend Mood says, I totally forgot that she had that collab thing going on with this like whole situation. But anyway, it says targets real skincare concerns with high efficacy, accessibly priced, and it fits seamlessly into your beauty ritual. So I can't say who, but I might know from a little birdie that they've been trying to like offer unpaid sponsored like reviews with the slight chance that you might meet Vanessa Hudgens as their like promo plan, which like, don't get me wrong, like I think she's adorable, but like I don't feel like she's that relevant where you wouldn't want to get paid to like promote stuff. Like, I'm sorry, if you're making money, how is it okay that I don't get to make money? Like, that doesn't even make sense. So anyway, if you guys see anybody talking about that, just know that I heard from a very credible source that that's a thing that's happening. Okay, next from Milk, we have a Pore Eclipse Matte Setting Spray. Locks on makeup up to 16 hours, helps blur pores and control shine, For a soft focus finish, sprays evenly, sets quickly, non-drying, non-sticky. Lentil extract helps control shine. Niacinamide helps minimize the look of pores, and there's bok choil helps smooth and even skin. Okay, so typically this is not something that I'd be interested in as far as a matte makeup setting spray, but I'm sure you guys out there that have oily skin are probably very interested in this. I think I heard both my friends Heather and Angie say that they were planning on trying this at some point, so if you're looking for a review, I would recommend checking those two out. And then this, honestly, this made me feel like so happy, and like, I don't know, I don't celebrate Ramadan, but I feel like I would feel so seen seeing makeup brands make things for other religious holidays other than like Christmas and Easter and like, I don't know, what are the other ones? I think those are the two big ones that just came up like right in my head there. But I grew up in Sri Lanka, like I lived there for 18 years, and Muslims are I think the third biggest religion there. So I had a decent amount of friends that would celebrate Ramadan, and honestly, like most people celebrate like all the different holidays. Obviously my family wouldn't do like the religious customs, but we had enough friends and like my parents' friends where we would get like the food. It was just a great experience growing up because I learned so much about other religions based off of where I grew up, which I really, really treasure because I definitely don't see that as much now living in the US. But all of that aside, I just feel like this is really cool. I don't know, obviously that's just my opinion. I've lived in the US a little less time than I was in Sri Lanka, so eventually I would have lived in the US longer than growing up in Sri Lanka, but I still have such like fond memories of all of these like different religions and cultures being celebrated. So I just immediately felt really happy for people to see something like this from a brand that's so big and so global. And I think that it's really, really cool. I don't know if this is going to come to the US. I think it would be really cool if they did. I will say the packaging is definitely the most eye-catching, and the next eye-catching thing to me is the blush palette, or like I think it's a trio. It's like a highlighter, blush, and bronzer. And then the lipsticks look really pretty. The eyeshadow palette kind of is giving me Colourpop vibes. I can't say right off the top of my head like what palette it's reminding me of, but I definitely think it's not the most inspiring color story. But I would love to hear from people out there that celebrate Ramadan. If there's any of you watching, let me know what you think. Am I totally off? Do you think this is hideous? Do you feel like MAC should have just stuck to not creating this collection, or does it make you feel some kind of way? I would love to know because I am super duper curious. Okay, next we have these rollaway glow highlighters from Iconic London, and I think Iconic London, did they just come to Beauty Bay? I feel like all of a sudden I've seen them like all over the new releases pages of like a few different websites I shop on. But these are the liquid highlighter in a roll-on applicator that seamlessly melts onto the skin. Soft focus, sheen, radiance, and iconic dewiness to the skin in an instant. $29, and there's 3 shades. I just am trying to figure out the logistics of this. This is like my mom's favorite version of lip gloss. Like, she loves the roll-on lip glosses. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen them in the US in a long, long time, but I know back home I don't know if she still finds them or if she still wears them, but I remember growing up, she had the roll-on like clear glosses and she would just like use them up. But I can't imagine that concept for a highlighter because I feel like you don't really want like a super saturated amount of highlighter directly on your face. Also, this wouldn't necessarily be the most sanitary because, I mean, you're like directly applying it, and then I guess you could roll it onto your hand and then like pick it up with your brush and that would be okay. But it seems like a lot of work for something that didn't need to like exist. Like, this could have been just like in a tube. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like overthinking it and maybe everybody thinks it's fine, but I just thought that was kind of weird that it was something that came in a lip gloss packaging. I mean, unless you wanted to put highlighter on your lips, which, I mean, you can do that, so that is an option. Next we have from Fenty, this is the new Melt AWF. Is that an acronym for something? I don't know, I'm sorry, I'm kind of old. Jelly Oil Makeup Melting Cleanser. Unique jelly texture that transforms into a lightweight oil, breaks down long wear and waterproof makeup. I like this idea, $34. I love that it's in like a tube. One of the things I think most people dislike about makeup melting products is that they're typically in like a balm consistency and you kind of have to like stick your hand in there, which like maybe it's just me, I don't know, maybe you guys are all fine with it. I've definitely gotten used to it now because I've used so many of these products, but they're definitely super effective. The only one I know off the top of my head that's a liquid that works pretty well is the Peach and Lily one. So I think this is going to be fun to have one from Fenty, and I could definitely see myself picking that up once I run out of all of my makeup melting balms, but I've bought quite a few backups, so I'm slowly working my way through skincare. It's definitely one of those categories that I'm trying to minimize my buying from. So next we have the Colourpop weekly launch, and they launched this Petals, Heavy Petals collection. So there's a eyeshadow palette, some serum blushes, some lipsticks, and they also have a rose softening face milk. And these all launched, and I swear I didn't even realize that this collection had launched. Usually I like to post something, just like sharing with you guys and like sharing a link in case you want to use it to shop, and like talking about the collection, seeing who's interested in it, who's not interested in it. And like, nope, I totally missed it. I totally spaced on it. I think the packaging is super cute, but other than that, it's like a very neutral palette. I do like that there is a good amount of contrast in this palette. And if I was like super, super into neutrals, I could definitely see myself buying that in the past. But I feel like one of my goals every month, every year that I'm on YouTube is to buy less things. So like, why tempt myself when I'm not tempted at all? So that one I did skip on. Next we have, this is so funny. So Made by Mitchell launched the Blush book. So this is a 12 pan blush palette. So it has some existing shades and then 5 brand new shades for $44. And there's a list on Trendmood if you want to see the shades and stuff that are included. I think this is really cute. Don't get me wrong. One side is just like orange blushes, which I wish they had just done 2 6-pan palettes. I would have been more inclined to buy it that way, but I definitely don't need 12 blushes, and I definitely don't need 6 that are like pinky purple shades. So yeah, instantly it's a no for me. Although $44 is not bad because, I mean, how much was that new house blush? I mean, I just bought that one and I think that was like $38. So, I mean, I don't know how big these are, but maybe if you're in Europe and it's easy for you to get Made by Mitchell, it could be worth investigating. I was definitely tempted to pick one of his powder blushes up just to try out, but I thought the packaging was so heinous that I just couldn't do it. And this one I just don't need, so I'm going to skip on it. But I don't think it's like the worst idea in the world. Now, if it was 12 blushes and it was like $120, I'd be like, yeah, let's just calm down. But for 44 bucks, I mean, that's a really good price for that many blushes. So I'm not gonna say that it's the worst idea in the world. We'll just leave it at that. I probably talked about this, but I did get this in PR and I just posted a video testing new makeup. Sigma sent over the new brushes that they did in collaboration with Kristen Dominique. I posted a little reel kind of showing these to you guys as well, but these are really nice brushes. I feel like for the price point, they're really, really high quality. I mean, I feel like Sigma always has really good quality, but this like pink, oh my gosh, so cute, so girly. Stellar job. I know I'm going to be using these for years and years to come, so I'm very, very excited. Okay, so now let's talk about some indie stuff that I wanted to mention to you guys. I saw Bella Beaute Bar reveal their Make Your Own Magic. This is a 9-pan magnetic eyeshadow palette with 6 multi-chromes and 3 holochrome hand-pressed 26mm eyeshadow singles. So you can get this as a bundle, you can get them as singles, and you can get the empty palette as well. And this is going to be launching on March 16th at noon EST, and it looks so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm so curious to know the price of this because of the multi-chromes and the holochromes. I'm estimating it's going to be kind of pricey. I don't know if I'll pick it up because I don't really need an all shimmer palette, but I just thought that was absolutely beautiful when I saw it. Next from Vive, we have these new Soul Shadow quads. So it says introducing 4 new palettes, each curated with 4 richly pigmented eyeshadows for endless expression and eye looks. I think Jamie Genevieve has some really cool innovative products, but when it comes to eyeshadow, she just hasn't caught my attention yet. I will say I love the blushes. That's pretty much the only thing I've tried from Vive is the blushes. And I'm actually wearing the liquid blush today. Oh my gosh. I just, like, you guys know me, I was like immediately yes. So I bought one of her luminous liquid blushes in the shade, this is Piazza. It's so pretty. Such a pretty neutral. I bought this one on Cult Beauty. They like sold out and then they came back in stock. So I wanted to buy like multiple, but I was like, Karen, like you don't even know like what this formula is like. Just get one, try it out, see what you think. And this is my first time wearing it, but I love it. Like, it's so pretty. I love the packaging. It's just like in a little squeezy tube. Like, I'm all about that life. Super pretty blush, but as far as the quads go, I was very snooze fest, kind of bored. And yeah, we all moved on from that real quick. Okay, y'all, so those are the new releases that kind of caught my attention that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So yeah, I think this episode's gonna be a little bit shorter, but that's okay. Every once in a while, it's nice to have a short episode. I don't know if there's anything like tempting me right now, but you know, the makeup community doesn't really sleep, so I'm sure by next week there'll be like 100 other things for us to chat about. If you guys see anything online that you want me to feature in my New Makeup Monday videos, definitely feel free to tag me on Instagram because then I can save it and I can talk about it next week or any week, you know, whenever you see it, just tag me. I love that for us. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a fabulous Monday, a fabulous start to your week. And in case you guys missed it, I did finally post my 3 looks video with the Game Beauty Persona 5 Royale collection. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that in case you guys hadn't caught that because I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that video. It's like almost 50 minutes long. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye guys!